Welcome back with us here on Street Smart Trading Day. Sahil Kapoor joining us, Head of Technical Research at Edelweiss Financial Services. Sahil, an all-new series, what are the kind of levels you're watching out for, and are you expecting any weakness as we kick off this series?
Yes, if you look at last three to 4 months, 8400 to 8500 range on Nifty has been a very stiff resistance. So I think that will continue for this series as well. So unless and until we start trading above 8500, I guess Nifty will have some kind of weakness from current levels. Possibly 50 to 100 point cut is quite likely towards 8300. I think that support can be retested. But the rally that we've seen in the last 9 to 10 days, it clearly shows that 8000 to 8100 is the base now. So these declines, I think, will be a good opportunity to enter longs.
Fair enough. So what's on your mind then, Sahil? We've been looking at the entire financial space that continues to be in focus. We also saw some activity building up there in this series. Going ahead, are private sector banks or financials on your radar?
Yes, one stock which stands out is Yes Bank. If you look at the stock has been clearly an outperformer compared to the frontline indices and other banking stocks as well. In the beginning of June, the stock nearly clocked its all-time high, and I think the likelihood is that Yes Bank will again go back up and test levels of 950 or 1000. So it's a buy at this price because 800 is already a base for the stock. I don't think it will go and breach that level again. So a stop loss below that level, and you could expect Yes Bank to go to 1000 rupees. The second stock will be IDFC. If you look at the overall momentum of the stock, it had a severe beating from 170, 175 levels all the way down to about 145 to 150 range. And I think this is a level where it has time and again proven that there is a lot of buying, lot of support at this level. So entry at dip towards 150 is a good entry for IDFC. Stop loss below 145, and I think the stock can move towards 160 to 164.
Okay, couple of other stocks there that are also in focus this morning. We've got ICICI Bank, IndusInd Bank, all news driven. Any of these also that you're tracking, Sahil?
I think broadly the markets will take a cue from what is outperforming and what is underperforming. Most of the stocks in the banking space has not been great outperformers apart from HDFC Bank per se. That single stock has held up Bank Nifty compared to all other stocks. We also saw a rally on ICICI Bank from about 270 levels to 320. I think in the short term it appears to be a little overheated. Possibly a dip of about 3 to 4% is quite likely on that. But apart from that, I think if you have to pick a winner out of banking stocks in the large cap space, you would go and pick HDFC Bank. So I think that is a bank where you should focus on in terms of short term trading.
Okay, let's also turn our attention to some of the counters where we've seen a high rollover. Let's talk about RIL. How does that look to you at this given point of time?
Yes, RIL, if you look at, I think the rollovers were quite strong, and this has been one of the standout expiry for RIL. It made a move of about more than 10% in this expiry. So I think if you look at the chart also per se, there is a inverted head and shoulders pattern that is visible on Reliance, and I think any decline in Reliance toward 970 to 75 range, it will be a very good opportunity to enter. So it appears that the short term and medium term trend both for Reliance has turned bullish, so I would be a buyer on declines in Reliance.
Okay, so a buy coming in on RIL there. What about some of these capital good names, a BHEL for instance, even an L&T?
Yeah, in capital goods space, I think if you look at per se Nifty, they are generally represented in the infrastructure index, the CNX Infra. And if you look at the last 6 months performance, because we are ending the first half of the year, there are only two indices which has given a positive return in the last 6 months, which is one is CNX Infra and the other is CNX Media. So in the infrastructure index, one of the leader is L&T. So I think this outperformance is not a 1 month or 2 month phenomena. It's been there for about 6 months now. So I think this is a sector or a stock which will outperform the index going forward as well. So I think L&T is a good bet. There is a quite a large possibility that it will go and touch 1950 to 2000 levels within this year. So L&T is a good bet for long, I think.
All right, thanks so much for joining us this morning, Sahil. Do have a good weekend going ahead. Let's also get you the green flag question of the day. What we're asking is, which of these stocks will see an upward revision in lot sizes effective the July series? Options are Hindustan Copper, Bank of Baroda and Canara Bank. Find out the answer post-market closing at 3:30 p.m. Coming up on Market Guru, we'll speak with Manish Singh of Crossbridge Capital.